Welcome back everybody. So, how's you all? I hope you all will be well. So, in this video, I will talk about cost function in Tuition 2. That means that here I will give more examples about cost function and how to use this function and multiple more things about it. So, stay tuned till the end to enjoy this video more and get most out of this video. So I will only advise you to pay full attention to this video because this course is free and most of us do not value free things. So please value it so that this will not help me or anyone else. This will help you, the viewer, and maybe your friends if you share this video. So let's get on. So before moving, this is our channel and it's continuously growing, but the stat still says that almost 80 to 85 or maybe 85 to 90% of the subscribers are unsubscribed. Sorry, the viewers are unsubscribed. So I will kindly advise you to please subscribe so that you do not miss any further videos about machine learning, supervised learning, cost function, cost gradient, gradient function, linear function with multiple variables. So things like these. And thanks for all your support for these much views in such short span of time. So let's move on. So here is the hypothesis function, and there are the parameters theta 0 and theta 1. So as you all know, h of subscript theta x is equals to, wait a minute, let me just correct it this. So here x will come, this is my fault, so sorry for that. And as you all know, the cost function which we use to minimize theta 0 and theta 1, or you can say just j of theta 0 comma theta 1 value. So this is our function. So let's move on. So here is a graph, and here let's say we have a value here. So what's this value? So this value will have a vertical component, maybe like this, and a horizontal component maybe like this, and a z component maybe like this. So do not take it much seriously because I have not accurate drawing, but this will take this thing much seriously because what we does is minimize it. So let's say we chose a different we chose different values of theta 0 and theta 1, and maybe we are decreasing its value and reach our goal to the minimum value. Say it's here, so maybe this one, so it will have this value, that value, and maybe some j of theta 0 comma theta 1 value. So this is the representation. So now you understand that, let's say we have a value here, what we does is minimize this and again until we reach the minimum point. And after we reach the minimum point, maybe it will, wait a minute, I have to just erase it. And maybe what happens next is that it will start increasing. So to stop that, this will be the final point. So understand that we use this function to minimize the value. So now let's move on. So here is our hypothesis function. So here maybe we can say that the size of the house is this, and there is a specific price for that, maybe 460k will be the price. So here is the values. So now let's see. And one important thing, values in any of these line where I am putting across will have the same value. So please understood that all these will have same value of j of theta 0 comma theta 1. So maybe this will be the value here, and it will have some value like minus 0.1. So it will be about 800 we can say that. So we use them according to our need. So this is the value of maybe theta 0, and this is the value of theta 1. So I can use and manipulate my x to find a hypothesis function like this, where the values will be changed and uniform. So it will have some fixed value, then it is decreasing here. So this shows us that the theta 0 theta 1 is negative. So this is correct representation, because here also theta 1 is negative, and this line also has a slope negative, because the final value is greater than the initial value. So this is the my function hypothesis function representation with respect to, we can say, j of theta. So we change the values according to our needs. So in this case our slope is 0, or exactly 0. So it will have some value. So this is not a great hypothesis function, because if we have something like this, it would have been much greater function, much good function, because here the value remains same. So it doesn't make any sense, because if we increases the size, the price must goes above and above. So here also we can see that the theta 1 value is 0. So this means that whatever we change the value of x, the price will not change. So here it is x and it is y. So now let's move on. So this one is a bit accurate, not much accurate, but it's good. So wait a minute, what just happened? Wait a minute. So it's now okay. So it is a bit more correct, because for this value it shows this value, and here also for this theta 1 we have some theta 0 value. So it is a bit accurate, and maybe something like this will be more accurate, or maybe something like this one. Wait a minute, sorry for this. So something maybe like this one will be more accurate. We cannot say anything to it, because wait a minute, because we cannot say anything to this, because so here is some value, and we have used these values. We firstly need to have theta 0 and theta 1 to help our h of theta x function. Wait a minute. So we need theta 0 and theta 1, and we manipulate x according to us, and then we can also plot the h of theta 0 and theta 1 function of parameters theta 0 and theta 1. So that's all for today.